Next technique up, mace of aggression. So maces, anything that has to do with really a fist other than your hammer strike is a mace. And even sometimes we call maces, or hammers, maces as well. So the term aggression is used in this particular technique's name because it's a very aggressive technique or concept, and that's attack the attack. So somebody's coming in this one with a double-handed lapel grab and a pull-in. So the aggression part on my end of it being attacked is, instead of stepping back, which we've done the majority of this particular sheet for yellow belt, as a beginner student, we're retreating a lot. We're going to the safest means of defense. But in this case, because the person is grabbing and pulling, we're teaching the student how to borrow that energy, go with it, instead of struggle against it. So person puts both of their hands on me in the lapel and they pull me in, maybe for a headbutt, or maybe to control me or throw me around. My left arm is going to come across my own chest over their two arms, and it's going to pin. Okay, so I'm going to be pinning their left hand with my left hand, and I'm going to anchor my elbow, which is also going to help attach and trap their right arm as well. Okay, so one hand is here, one hand is here. My opponent, I'm going across and pin it. And as I'm being pulled simultaneously, I'm stepping directly forward, even maybe slightly off angle to get a knee check in there as my hammer strike hits the nose, okay, of my opponent. Okay? So, again, grab, step, hammer. Now, with that aggressive offensive motion of hitting the face with the hammer, that's going to now turn into a defensive motion and a downward hammering block onto the forearms of my opponent. Whether it breaks their arm's grasp or not, it doesn't matter. If I get lucky enough that the hammer loosened them up and I knock their arms down, even better. I can take a bigger circle and hit them with that first roundhouse elbow and then finish it off with a driving elbow back. And then what I would do is just simply cross out on guard. That would be the end of the technique as written. But if I step and hammer and it doesn't loosen them up enough, but when I hit the forearms, it does what? It could potentially and hopefully affect their what? Height and their depth. So I'm bringing them in closer to bounce into the elbow strikes, right? So either one, and I'll show this to you on Sensei Jared in a moment, but either one works. Obviously, the best case scenario would be you hit them, boom, and that helps break through those arms, get them off of you, drive the elbow. Lesser beneficial situation would just simply be, okay, fine, I hit you, didn't break the arms, but I did catch the elbow joints, which I just bounced right back into the elbow. Okay, so let me show you those examples on Sensei Jared. Mace of aggression. He grabs double-handed lapel grab. It's a pull in, so as he pulls in, I make sure I do this left body cross check and grab back. I call it a cross check as well because I'm actually crossing my own center line, so if that head does come in for the headbutt, I have my forearm in place between me and my opponent. Okay? It's also obviously doing the job of grabbing back. As he pulls, I grab back and I hit with the hammer strike to the bridge of the nose. From that position, I go directly down from that point of origin onto the arms. Like I was saying, best case scenario, the arms fall off. I then get a nice solid elbow, cross out, step back on guard. That may not happen. Let's go ahead and switch sides for this one. That may not happen though. Okay, I get my opener, bam, I hit him with the hammer strike. This one, he just tenses up on me, but I also go after that elbow joint, so I bring him into the elbow. So I'm still affecting the depth, I'm still affecting the height with the downward strike onto the forearm of my opponent. And then I bounce right off, doing more of a collapsing elbow, boom, cross out, step back on guard. All right, so mace of aggression, pretty simple.